Hi everyone, this is Her and Der, and we'll be going through the Decay pre-con, playing a match and talking in depth about the scrolls. I'll be playing, and the lovely GrumpCat will be joining me and offering advice and assistance.
And general insulting.
Yeah, that too, that too. Okay, so in our opening hand we have Blightbearer.
Who
Exception.
is awesome.
He is exceptionally powerful. Um, when we play him, I will say it again, but I love the model. Basically, he has 4 health, which is quite high, but he takes 1 poison damage every time he attacks. Um, but when he's destroyed, everything on the same row as him is poisoned. So if you use him right, you can literally poison an entire enemy row, which is quite handy. We then have Soulsteel.
Also known as King Folk Brave counter.
Yeah, I think he looks like a bit like a King Folk Brave there, doesn't he? Get his soul ripped out. Yeah, it destroys a target creature with 2 or less health outright, no questions asked, and you get a Maya Shambler on a random tile, which is quite handy. Husk, 3 attack, 2 health for 1 decay, pretty damn good. However, cooldown of 3, so he's slow. You won't see him attack that often at all.
He's slow, but he's really good for, well, obviously blocking, and for also when you want a unit to die, and
Yep.
you can just throw one of those under the bus.
Exactly. Ilmai Roteater, these guys are going to be amazing in the pre-con for you lot.
So that's kind of like the creature you would use a Husker with, pretty much.
Yeah. Basically, Ilmai Roteater, 3 attack, 2 cooldown, 3 health for 3. That's a pretty solid, 3 drop. But he gains 1 attack and 1 health every time something dies next to him.
Whenever a creature dies next to him.
Ah, indeed, not a unit, so it has to be a creature. So, old Husk here feeds straight into him. And then our other card is Grizzly Graft.
Which is also quite a beast card.
Especially for our Ilmai Roteater. It basically, you target 1 creature, or unit. No, it is creature, my apologies. You target 1 creature, and then all other adjacent creatures standing next to him die, but he gains health and attack equal to that number of creatures. So if you cast on Ilmai Roteater, he'll gain 1 attack and 1 health from every
I just
creature
love the
dying.
lore in that card as well.
Yeah.
Great needlework.
This man stitched together. So you would in fact get a double effect here. So if you have
I mean, you wouldn't want to find one of those under your bed, would you?
I don't know how he'd fit under the bed. He looks kind of big.
No, he could fit.
You reckon? Slide on
Yeah,
over?
just unstitch himself a bit.
Ew. Just the hand. No, I'm going to scare myself.
Decay Tutorial, bringing you nightmares.
Um,
Right, okay, so
yeah.
what are we going to do in this starting hand? Because it is quite a good starting hand.
Yeah, I kind of want to hold on to Grizzly Graft. And I'm not keen on a turn 1 Husk. Even though I can play it turn 1, get it down, I don't think it's that great. I mean, I'm thinking hold on to Soulsteel. Look for something of theirs to kill. Maybe follow up with Ilmai Roteater and sort of go down that route.
Just looking at it from a different perspective,
Mm-hmm.
let's say if we had turn 1 Husk,
Yep.
and then I don't know what we would do in turn 2, but then had turn 3 Ilmai Roteater. Wouldn't it be better to have a Husk to be around with him, and then
Yeah.
And then I would think that early game would be better to have the Husk, because although he's slow in the early game, there's not much
Yeah.
that's going to be attacking other than obviously a Ragged Wolf or Kabonk or something.
So,
I don't know.
So what are you thinking about sacrificing?
Um, I would probably sacrifice the Blightbearer in all honesty.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I mean, the thing is, I love him to bits, so it's painful for me to sacrifice him. But I can see the reason.
But at this moment, there's not much on the field. He's
Yeah.
not going to have much use at the moment. He's just going to keep hurting himself and then die.
Yeah, and we have got a lot of other 3 drops here as well.
Yeah. So we've got a lot of options at the moment.
Yeah, so we'll get rid of that and drop the Husk in the centre, ready to party. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm thinking hold on to these scrolls and just keep building up to 3 so we can soul steal something. What do you reckon?
We could do that. The other option, I guess, would be to block with the mangy rat to keep our husk alive. But I don't know how much value you'd really place on a husk.
Yeah. I think my... I think I'd rather... I think the husk may die anyway. And I don't really want to sacrifice Grizzly Graft, Ilmairot Eater or Soul Steel this early on. I'm gonna go with moving this guy up. It's the medium AI, so he may not kill it. We might be able to get away and cheekily dodge it. And
He's gonna kill it now that you've said that.
I know.
He's gonna be like, what was that you were saying about me?
What's that? Yeah, there we go. He's like, what? You think I'd play? Oh, you're dead. I'm gonna kill you. Boom.
No, he wasn't having none of that.
Okay, so we've now drawn into Cursemonger, which is a 4-drop, 3 attack, 2 cooldown, 4 health, and it's ranged, which is always useful. She has this ability when her cooldown reaches 0, rather than attacking, she can curse a unit for 2. Now, curse increases damage from all sources, whether it's, I don't know, Thunder Surge, Kabonk, literally any damage, even poison, or physical attack.
Can I just say as well, that artwork looks so creepy.
Oh, it's horrible, isn't it? Right, what do you reckon there, GrumpCat?
I would say sack the Cursemonger, and we can either play the Rot Eater or we can Soul Steal.
Yeah. I like the idea of Soul Stealing, but I'm not sure whether I want to Soul Steal the Gravelock Raider.
Yeah, I'm thinking if they play like a Scattergunner or something, it would be a better target.
Yeah. I mean, I'm almost tempted to sacrifice Grizzly Graft, because we just don't have the creatures on the field at the moment, and Cursemonger...
Yeah, I know, I've been thinking that since you've started holding on to it, to be honest.
Yeah, and Cursemonger is a very powerful creature in the pre-con. I tell you what, I think sacrifice Grizzly Graft, get Decay, and then get our Rot Eater down, and then next turn maybe look to Soul Steal.
Yep, good idea.
Okie dokie. Again, controlling the middle row, can move about anywhere and facing off against this guy.
And he's so cute and squishy.
I like to call him Bitey. Okay. I think we should Soul Steal here.
I don't know, I'm more tempted to play the Husk in front of the Rot Eater so we can look to start feeding him.
Yeah, and the Rot Eater's facing off against him, so I can kill him next turn. I think sacrifice Soul Steal, because effectively we're just going to create a weak 3-1 to feed, and this guy's not that strong. Play the Husk, and then look to get Cursemonger down next turn, maybe?
Yeah, I agree.
Alright then, let's crack on. Our hand's getting a little low. I'm kind of thinking we should be sacrificing for scrolls next turn, as this is the pre-con. There's nothing here that's too high cost. Oh.
What a draw.
Painful decision. Infectious Blight is a very powerful card in the Decay pre-con. Enchanted creature is dealt 1 poison damage, and at the beginning of each round, if enchanted unit is killed by the poison... every round that this is on a target unit, it's permanently getting dealt 1 poison damage at the start of the turn. When that creature dies by poison damage, Infectious Blight will jump to another enemy creature. It's amazing. The
plague doesn't discriminate.
The plague runs through your veins.
The plague is not racist.
It'll kill everyone, even robots. But yeah, the only way to get rid of Infectious Blight is if you kill the creature with physical damage, or any source of damage, or sacrifice that doesn't...
So, fertile soil, or purification, anything like that.
Violent Dispersal your own creature, why not? That would get rid of Infectious
Can you violent dispersal your own creature?
Yeah, I did it earlier on today.
Oh. I've never had to do that, so I just thought, can you actually do that?
Yeah, it was in the deck where I built nothing but structures, and I needed room to play a to play an
So you
automaton.
finally dispersed your own creature.
Yeah, just to make room.
Wow,
um,
it's hilarious. Okay, so yes.
I'm thinking sacrifice. As much as I love it, sacrifice it for scrolls. Um, because we've got a creature here which is solid to drop. We're about to kill this little robot.
Yep, I
anyway.
agree.
Ooh, and we have a grizzly graph now. How fun.
And a life stealer. So do you want to show life stealer?
Ah, of course. Lifestealer is a 5-drop. He or she, undetermined, has 5 health, 2 cooldown and 4 attack. It's a solid 5-drop creature. But the icing on the cake is, whenever Lifestealer kills a unit in combat, he or she is fully healed. And
So a unit, not a creature.
Yep, a unit. So even if you kill a building, apparently you eat the rubble and heal.
You eat the rubble.
Go figure.
Steal the life of the rubble.
Something that needs to be said as well is the creatures in Decay don't have particularly high attack. Lifestealer, especially in the precon, is going to be one of your highest attacking creatures just from being played. You don't need to buff it up or, make it hench like, the Ilmai Rot-Eater.
You don't need to go down to the gym, it's fine the way it is.
Exactly. Okay, so I'm going to move these guys up a row and drop Granny Curses. Look at that evil old hag. Their rucksack.
How
full of
dare you?
dolls.
She's beautiful.
I thought you said she looked creepy. Changing your tone. She's lovely. Look at her with her missing teeth.
She just wants to play with her doll.
And jam knives into it. What a charmer.
Isn't that what you normally do with dolls?
Not sure. Never played with dolls.
Lies.
Oh wow. Ilmai Witch Doctor. This guy is the daddy of the precon deck. 60k, pretty high cost. 5 attack, 5 health, ranged attack as well, which is pretty damn useful. But his ability, amazing. Whenever a human creature dies next to him, he summons up a husk in their place. So he summons up one of these guys from every human creature that dies. So not undead or beasts like these two.
So, for example, the life stealer,
Yep.
the curse monger, another witch doctor, or the oblivion seeker, I believe.
Yep. Okay, I'm going to move these guys down a row and face them off against this.
So at this moment, I'm thinking sack grizzly graph for decay, and then we can play life stealer and witch doctor.
Fully agree. And I'm going to play the Life Stealer just here next to our Ilmai Rot-Eater. There we go. He sparked our husk, killing it. However, our Ilmai Rot-Eater has now gone up to a 4-4 from a 3-3. Right.
And now we've drawn into Amnivore. Amnivore, maybe. I don't know. How do you say it?
Animivore, I think. Close
There you
enough.
go. There you go.
When a unit adjacent to enchanted unit dies, enchanted unit is dealt 1 damage and you draw 1 scroll. So basically, if we were to place this on our Ilmai Rot-Eater, as he gains a health, we wouldn't gain any more health because he gains a health then loses a health to Amnivore, but still gains the attack and we draw a card. So Amnivore is very useful to be placed on him, or even the Witch Doctor, as he tends to have a lot of units dying around him. So we're kind of at a bit of a difficult decision here, as the Decay precon can be very hit and miss. With this hand, I'm tempted not to sacrifice anything. What do you reckon?
Well, are you planning on using Amnivore, or are you...
Yeah, I'm planning on popping Amnivore onto this 4-4 guy. And then...
So if you're planning on using that, maybe we could sack the Witch Doctor for scrolls. I mean, we do already have the field presence, and we could draw into some better scrolls, maybe. I don't know. I just feel quite reluctant not to sacrifice on a turn.
Yeah,
That's the only reason I
I know.
say that.
Yeah, I mean, I know what you mean. My thinking is because there's only one Ilmire Witch Doctor in the deck, and there's a chance to draw into junk. But you are right. It is always better to sacrifice and have card advantage. As you know, as much as it pains me, and it paid off. Look at that, Oblivion Seeker. This guy, awesome. Get stuff done. He costs 5, kind of high, considering he's only got 2 attack and 3 health. He is ranged though, but the main thing you're going to be dropping him for is when he dies, you draw 2 scrolls.
He leaves nothing but memories. Isn't that beautiful?
Ah, I never noticed that. I like that. And then we have the beast that is Miasma. All poison damage is increased by 1.
Do not drink.
That is probably sound advice. But yeah, basically any poison damage dealt anywhere through any means is increased by 1. And as Decay, and even the Decay Precon has a lot of poison in, this isn't to be overlooked. Definitely one to be used. I'm thinking Oblivion
Just to
Seeker.
note that Miasma does affect your own units as well.
Oh yeah.
So if you're playing against another Decay deck, it can be very scary if you're using a Miasma well and then suddenly they start poisoning your creatures, and then it can all get a bit ugly.
Yeah, note it says all poison damage, not just your own. So it can end up breaking your own legs by playing it if you're not careful. But yeah, I was thinking Oblivion Seeker in front of Squishy.
Yep, and then next turn you can look to play Anima 4 if you want to.
Yeah. I reckon just kill the Hellspit and Mortar outright.
Yep, I agree. Because that's got a chance of killing our Rot Eater or our Life Stealer.
Yeah. I don't trust that luck cannon. I'm going to show off Curse. Basically, I'm going to curse the Hellspit and Mortar instead of attacking. So he's now cursed and takes 2 extra damage from all sources. So our Ilmire Rot Eater will kill him outright now due to curse.
So if the Curse Monger was on the other side of the field, we could have cursed it and then just killed it.
Yeah, that is something to.
I mean, obviously the way they were positioned just then, we could have killed it outright, but we were just showing how it works.
Yeah, exactly. It basically means that Cursemonger has global reach. If for example you've got a creature on the bottom row, she's on the top, you need that 1 or 2 extra damage just to kill it. Boosh, drop a curse on it from Cursemonger. Great range, love her. Okay, we drew into a bitter root here. It's a 2-cost decay. Bitter root. Sure, there's plenty to eat in the swamps. Shame it's all poisoned. I like that. When Bitterroot is attacked, in melee, attacking unit becomes poisoned for 3 rounds. It's quite nice early game, not so much late game, so I think...
I'm pretty sure I can see a face on that.
I always think that. It's like, look, there's one tooth.
It is a creepy face, right?
There's tooth, there's the smiley face, there's the eye, there's the nose, there's the other eye. It is a face. It's official. And there's his hair. Ooh, it's wavy.
Ooh.
But I'm going to be looking to sacrifice that for scrolls, I think. What do you reckon? Out of, Miasma, Omnivore, or Bitterroot.
Well, I mean, we could always play the Miasma Bitterroot combination. However, because we're playing energy, I'm slightly more reluctant to do that combination. Because they could use Spark or Burn to get rid of Miasma and Bitterroot. So purely because of the fact we're playing energy, I'd say Bitterroot is slightly less useful.
Yeah.
However, if we were playing Order, for example, I would probably have gone for that.
Or even Growth, I'd say. Growth has no range. They got to smash their face into stuff. May as well poison them while we're at it. Ah, Necrogeddon. Okay.
You said it wrong.
Necrogeddon.
It's Necrogeddon!
Very powerful scroll. Destroys all creatures you control, and husks are summoned in their place.
With their countdown at 0.
Exactly.
And just a note as well, you can move your creatures, and then Necrogeddon, and then you can move the creatures again.
Yep. So you have a
So
lot of
it's
reach.
amazing range.
Indeed.
And I have been caught out with Necrogeddon just by forgetting the movement.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna start moving stuff around. Gonna plop Omnivore on this guy. And... I'm kind of wanting to sacrifice that next turn, maybe. What do you reckon?
I think hold on to it for now. Let's
Yeah.
see what we draw into.
And she healed that one life because she killed me. I'm tempted to get rid of the Viscera Sage. What do you reckon?
I don't know. I quite like him. Do you want to just read what he does?
Oh, of course. When Viscera Sage kills another unit, draw one scroll. So that's quite handy.
I think he's quite good, not just for the draw factor, but I mean he's a cheap creature.
Yep.
His stats are not bad. And he's good for blocking as well. To be honest, I think we should maybe get rid of the well, and then we could maybe play the Witch Doctor. What do you think?
Yep, that's a good idea, and then we can rejiggle our units so that...
I mean, it's always good to have cheap creatures in your hand. For example, if you want to have things die to like fill your Rot Eater or something like that. So that's why I say hold on to the Sage.
Yeah. Okay, so he's going to hit everything there. Oh dear, never mind. My positioning's a bit bad, but it means if anything dies, any of these humans die, the Witch Doctor will generate some husks, and if the Ilmire Rot Eater dies, he will get fed. Anything around him will feed him. Okay, I'm just going to end my turn, I think. Okay. What do you reckon?
I think we're not really going to need Necrogeddon, to be honest. It looks like
Yeah.
we're going to be doing all the killing just fine with what we've got on the field.
Yeah.
So I think we could sack Necrogeddon for scrolls.
Yep.
Okay, so we've got a spell called Draining Mist.
Yep. Draining Mist. All opponents' units with cooldown 1 or less have their cooldown increased by 2. So it slows them down. And then Shroud of Unlife. Costs 1 decay. When enchanted unit is destroyed, an undead husk is summoned in its place. Something to note, it's a question I come across a lot, is what happens if a creature stood next to a Witch Doctor and it has Shroud of Unlife on it? Nothing. You only get 1 husk. Just the way it works, unfortunately. So
Unlucky.
Although there are 2 sources to proc it, you only get 1. So out of all of this lot, I'm thinking play the Ilmire Rot Eater and the Viscera Sage.
Yes.
Okie dokie. Okay, let's try and get my Witch Doctor in the middle a bit.
Surrounded by the humans, of course.
Exactly. And I'm going to drop this Rot Eater up here, as hopefully the Oblivion Seeker will die soon and then feed him. And I'm just going to pop a Shroud... Oh no point in popping Shroud of Unlife as he stood next to a Witch Doctor.
We could just keep hold of that and maybe sack it next turn.
Yeah, I like that idea.
And I think AI's given up now.
Yeah,
he's totally fishing for Thunder Surge.
He's like, no, I'm done. Poor AI. They should implement a surrender button for them. Okay, so we've drawn into Maya Curse. Now this enchantment, really, really powerful. Enchanted unit deals 1 poison damage to adjacent creatures at the beginning of its turns. So you enchant a unit, and then everything around it touching it will get 1 poison damage at the start of every turn.
It's putrid, but it's home.
You put that on to an honourable general and watch the order player squirm, or try and fish for purification. Suddenly, their best buddy, the honourable general, is hurting everyone.
And
okay.
combine that with Miasma and it's amazing.
Oh yeah, definitely. And infectious blight, and blight bearer, and everything else is horrible and poisonous. So this is another little creature. It's a 1 cost decay for 1 attack, 1 health. Not great, but whenever Mangy Rat attacks a creature and deals damage, it's poisoned for 3 rounds, which is quite cool.
So it's like a little poison sniper. A
Exactly.
little poison dart in the shape of a rat.
Let's try and make the most of my damage. Gonna move the Oblivion Seeker up 1. And
You may as well play the rat.
I'll play the
next
rat.
To, yeah, next to them too.
Yeah. And why not? Look at the tree, isn't he sad? Oh no, I misclicked. I didn't want to move him down there. Oh well.
Oh dear.
Yeah, he's packing up his toys and going home. Look at that, he's not even trying to block anymore. He's like, no, I'm done playing with you guys.
You guys are cheating.
Well, let's just wrap this up, shall we?
Yes. Let's put the AI out of his misery.
There you go, AI. Rest well, my friend.
So this has been Decay, brought to you by Her and Der. Thank you for watching.
Have a good night, or day. Bye bye.